You know, in addition to the presidential race, I'm trying to keep an eye on Congress, particularly the Senate, because I think we could lose the Senate. If we lose the Senate, the problem is the Supreme Court, among many other things, regardless of who the president is. If Hillary's the president, she gets the Senate, that's big trouble. Donald Trump's the president and they get the Senate, it's still big trouble. He'll be negotiating with Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. And this could be an absolute disaster depending on who they finally agree on to get through. I can hear the speech now. I did my best. This is the best I could do. You understand. So I want to take a look at the Senate in just a second. A mammoth poll just came out that has, now it's a poll, so who knows, but that has Hillary Clinton at 46% and Donald Trump at 34%. I am telling you that we should not delude ourselves. This is going to be a very, very difficult campaign and a very, very difficult election to win as of today. There could be a disaster that occurs. There could be a fantastic debate performance. Whatever it is that reverses it. Again, I want to tell you, I'm not in the prediction business. I'm just looking like you at what's happening. But I'm not in the knee-jerk business either. So it's not pom-poms here, rockets over there. We have to be able to think about these things. This is our country. It's our future, our children, and our grandchildren. So I'm not going to put a bag over my head or blinders on and just pretend everything is going swimmingly. We just need to line up like a conga line and just start marching around. We're not going to do that here. Let's take a look at the Larry Sabato map as of right now, how it looks in the United States Senate. The United States Senate right now is 54 Republicans and 46 on the other. 44 Democrats and 2 who pretend to be independents, a guy from Maine and our friend Bernie Sanders, not. But let's look at this. So he's talking about Sabato through his analytics. Right now, 47 Democrats safe, 47 Republicans safe, 6 toss-ups. 6 toss-ups in states where we should be winning. Florida, Ohio, Indiana. These shouldn't be toss-ups. Not in my view. Here's an incumbent where they think it's likely to go from Republican to Democrat. From Feingold, who's a leftist. They say likely to beat Johnson in this state. Nevada's a toss-up. Nevada used to be Republican. Even look at Arizona. Arizona used to be rock-rib Republican, but because of all these changes in immigration, endless immigration into Nevada, and the heavy Democrat vote out of the Latino community, even Arizona is barely Republican right now. And so you can see what's going on around the country. I can remember, and it wasn't that long ago, when Colorado was a bright red state, who elected a guy by the name of Senator Armstrong, who was as solid as a rock. I don't know that he could get elected there today. I remember California. Ronald Reagan wins. They had others. They had Pete Wilson, Duke Majan, and so forth. Now Republicans write off these states. They just write them off. I remember Washington State had 2 Republican senators. And now it's said to be hopeless. Big problems in the demographics, big problems in the culture, which are defined through the political process, through elections. Big problems because the Republican Party stands for really nothing. Big problems because as bad as Hillary Clinton is, as despicable as she is, as crooked as she is, the unindicted felon, as far as I'm concerned, our candidate, the Republican candidate, Donald Trump, keeps shooting himself in the foot. Whether there's time to recover, we'll know when we look back. So this is something to concern yourself with, because if it is a wave election, if Hillary Clinton wins despite herself, and they bring in the Senate, and they bring in the House, well then, you better hold on tight. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying they could. And we have things like this going on in these states that should all be Republican, Republican, Republican. And notice one other thing. These Democrat states, they don't have it as likely Republican or anything of the sort. In other words, the Democrats are constantly making gains on us. We're not making gains on them. Certainly not when you look at this board. We're not making gains in their territory. They figure they're going to hold their blue states. And they figure we're going to lose them. in some of these red states, or there's a possibility we could lose. Anyway, I'm just presenting it to you because of all the focus on the presidential race, which is important. But we have other branches of the federal government that at least we're going to start to pay attention to increasingly as well.